Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Take a Look. Today we're going to be looking at the Hot Toys MMS400, the diecast Mark V. So yeah, let's jump right on in. I guess we'll start out with the packaging since it's here. So yeah, pretty much your standard diecast packaging. I apologize for the glare. But it's got the image of the Mark V, just kind of wraps around the side, and you get the credits on the back, and again you get more of the image on that side. Yeah, it lifts up, you get the styrofoam piece on the inside that the figure is in, and then again on the top you get Iron Man Mark V, all that good stuff. So I'll get this out of the way, and bring in the figure. Now, one thing I have to say is every time Hot Toys does a new Iron Man figure, I always wonder how can they impress me this time? And once again, they haven't failed to impress me with the engineering on this guy. Paint apps, I mean, they're top notch with this one. The Mark VI also had also looked really good. I'll spin the guy around here so you can take a look at his back. Oh, not exactly center. So there's his back. I don't know how well you can see all the detailing on the back. I'll bring him in closer in a few seconds here. Just notice he's not actually standing straight. So yeah, detailing, paint apps, everything on this guy are really good. They've impressed me again. So I'll bring them on in here. Oh yeah, one thing I should say. I'm breaking my own rule. Especially with these die-cast Iron Man figures, you really should go over the instructions first. Especially with this guy. There's so many moving parts on him that it seems like every time that I touch him or move him, like there's a new piece that pops out and shows itself. But I just kind of like to highlight right here on the bicep armor. There is a new part that moves. I don't know how well you could see that, but this piece here actually slides up, and I'm guessing that's because the bicep armor on the Mark V extends a little bit closer to where the elbow joint is. And just allows them that extra bit of movement. So anyway, you get some pretty good articulation there. These shoulder pads are a lot like the Mark VI, and I believe the Mark 46 had them too, where they extend out on this little piece, which I actually prefer over the way that they used to do them, where it's almost like on a spring. Okay, let's see. Head articulation can, forgot to take the plastic off his neck. But you can get him looking up pretty high. Looks a little awkward in there if you're posing him flying, which I don't know why you would. Probably can't get him to balance. He's one of the heavier figures. The leg articulation, you get a pretty good bend. Then of course with the torso, it's like the other recent ones where you just pull up and it creates a little gap there, and then you get some extra motion in there. That's about as far as I'm comfortable bending them without going through the manual. And then of course you get the flaps here on the back that pop up if they'll cooperate with me. There it goes. So you get those pieces that pop up. These pieces on either side of the chest. I'm not going to do it in this video, but they do move out as well. If you want to have them in like the suit up kind of pose. And then again down here, I believe, yeah, starts with that top one. That pulls out, and then it goes all the way down. If I can get that one. So there's two of them that I pulled out, and then there's a few more that go all the way down the side of his leg for like the suit up. So yeah, that's pretty much it for articulation. Oh yeah, you get the waist swivel, and these pieces pop up. I'll bring them in closer here. But these pieces pop up if you want to bend the thigh out further. And I actually forgot if it does it on the Mark 6, but I noticed the butt plate or whatever you want to call it, that flexes out a bit as well. Oh. So we'll set him there, and I guess we'll get into the accessories. Obviously, like most of these Iron Man figures, you get a set of the articulated hands. You get a set of the repulsor hands, and then the two fists which are on them. You also get this battle damaged fist for the battle damaged arm, which I'll actually probably end up posing them with. I did notice it seems like these fists are kind of open in there, and I'm assuming that's for the first version of Whiplash, if you wanted to pose him like holding his the whips or whatever. Let's see what else we got. We got the arc reactor from Whiplash. This is the one, of course, he crushes on the racetrack fight scene there. It also kind of makes me wish I didn't pass on the original Whiplash. See, more battle damage pieces. You get the shoulder piece. And like I said, I'll probably end up posing this guy with the battle damaged stuff when I get around to it. And then you get the battle damaged arm, which they did a great job on. Okay, come on. And like, it almost looks like there's a bit of mesh under there. I don't believe that's part of the race suit, but it could be. Of course, you get the nice battle damage on the bicep. Same thing as on the figure. When you bend the elbow, this piece moves up a bit. And you just have to bend it back in place. Let's see. You get one of these for each side. They go like right next to the arc reactor. Right there. So that'd be the right side and the left side, meaning the figure's right and left, not mine. And the piece that goes over the arc reactor. Again, did really well with the battle damage. I'll save the head sculpt for last and show off the base, which I thought they did a very good job on. It's kind of textured. It's like those stickers that they've been putting on the bases and like giving you with some of the Star Wars figures. Get the nameplate. And then, I guess, we'll get into the head sculpt. Did a very good job. I don't know if this is a reuse of an older one or if it's a brand new sculpt. Now they got a nice scratch going on. And then one thing that surprised me with this guy is he's also on a ball joint. And I'm pretty sure the last few Tony Stark head sculpts we got with the Iron Man figures have just been one solid piece. I don't believe they've been on ball joints. So that was a nice little surprise. So let's see. I guess we'll do a little bit of a size comparison to end the video. And I'll bring in the Hot Toys Mark 6 diecast. So obviously they stand roughly about the same height. They actually look like they might be exactly the same height. Maybe the Mark 6 is a little smaller. And then the Hot Toys Mark 42, which is the smallest of the bunch. That's one thing that I've noticed. I don't know if it's more accurate or what, but they've the suits have gotten taller over time. I know watching videos online, people of course comparing the new diecast ones to like the original plastic versions, that they all stand a lot taller. I was going to put War Machine in here just to have it be the whole Iron Man 2 lineup, but in terms of suits, he's technically from the Avengers line. But I decided I'd keep it strictly to Iron Man because War Machine is such a bulky figure that I figured I'd just get in an older Iron Man suit. And so yeah, I guess final thoughts. The Mark V is a great looking figure. Really surprised with what they were able to do in terms of all the moving parts that are in there. It'll be interesting to see how many things actually do move once I finally get through the instruction manuals. But I mean, yeah, I'd recommend them. I mean, my end goal with these Iron Man figures is I want to get the first 7 suits in diecast if they ever do a Mark 1 in diecast. I know the Mark 7's probably like right down the line a little. But yeah, that's my end game with these guys. I really only have a couple of the other suits from the other movies. Obviously the Mark 42. I had the Mark 43 because I was originally planning on getting the Hulkbuster, and as time went on and the delays kept coming, I ran out of space. and I ended up canceling that pre-order. But yeah, the only house party figure I have is Star Boost. I felt like that's the only one that looks original enough to justify buying. I don't really care for a bunch of repaints and designs I really don't care for. But yeah, that's about it. I definitely recommend them. You know, if you're looking for another Iron Man suit for your Iron Man collection, I'd say he is a good choice. But yeah, it is extremely hot in this room today, so I apologize if I sound out of breath and all that. If I open up the door, the AC is too loud. I don't know if you can hear it through the door now or not, but yeah, it's 110 degrees out and humid, so I'm going to call it because honestly I'm sweating back here and I'm running out of talking points. So I'll catch you guys later. Hopefully you don't mind my unenthusiastic, hot, humid video. So anyway, I'll catch you all later, and hopefully the next one will be Anakin Skywalker. We'll see about that. And after that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else is coming down the line just yet. So I'll catch you all later anyway, and hope you all have a good rest of the day or night or whatever time it is. I hope the rest of the day and night goes good for you. So I'll catch you all later.